It's boss time. And here comes Sasha.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Boston, Massachusetts, Sasha Banks.
Byron, it's always a treat to see Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks has her own swag, she's got her own confidence, and she knows how to back it up.
If there's a camera around, Sasha wants to be in front of it. If there's a spotlight out, she wants to be in the middle of it. Sasha Banks once stood in line for the opening of a refrigerator.
You should get one of those rings that say Graves on it like Sasha has.
I'll pass.
The irresistible force.
And her partner, from San Diego, California, Nia Jax.
One of the most dominant women in WWE history.
Physically unparalleled in the women's division, Nia Jax has imposed her will on everyone that stepped in the ring as opposition.
An incredible pedigree for success for Nia Jax.
Michael, Corey, you guys ready to feel the glow? Anyone?
And their opponent.
All right, just me.
First, from Orlando, Florida, the SmackDown Women's Champion, Naomi.
Byron, just because Naomi dances, that is not an open invitation for you to do the same.
Why?
Because Naomi's actually good at it.
I can do the electric slide. Naomi's one of the most respected superstars in all of the women's division.
One of the most athletic superstars in the history of WWE.
A former pro basketball cheerleader, professional dancer, Naomi can do it all from bell to bell.
And one of the most fun and exciting entrances in all of WWE.
How can you not bob your head, Corey, when Naomi comes out? How can you not get lost in the moment? Go ahead, Naomi, get it, girl!
I'm an unbiased broadcaster.
Mella is money!
And her partner, from Staten Island, New York, the Princess of Staten Island, Carmella.
Byron, are you ready to admit the truth yet?
That Carmella's the most obnoxious woman in the entire women's division?
You are delusional. Mella is money.
Carmella, unbelievable career thus far in WWE, and the sky's the limit for this young lady.
Yeah, she would have you believe that she has done it all.
She has!
By herself.
And we're now underway with this huge tag team match.
We got Sasha Banks in action right here. She is looking legit as always.
I don't know what's harder to look at, Sasha Banks' sunglasses or that bargain basement suit you're wearing, Byron.
What? I just bought this.
What a strike.
Nailed it. Oh, look at this aggression in the corner.
Yeah. Naomi has built up quite a WrestleMania resume over the last few years. In back-to-back WrestleManias, Naomi earned 2 impressive milestones, cementing her place in the WWE record books.
You must mean winning the first ever SmackDown Women's Championship WrestleMania match in 2017, and then winning the Women's Battle Royal in 2018. Impressive stuff.
Can I clear up the revisionist history you two put forth about Naomi at WrestleMania? Naomi got lucky when she won that 6-pack challenge that was unfair to Alexa Bliss. And then the next year, she was outside the ring for half the match.
There's no asterisk at WrestleMania, Corey. Naomi has truly felt the glow at the Showcase of Immortals.
You gotta believe this one's over.
Nia Jax did not waste any time in becoming a dominant force in NXT. After cryptic vignettes declared that Nia wasn't like most girls, she proved it by laying waste to NXT's best en route to Women's Championship contendership.
Going back to Nia Jax's NXT days, she really displayed her dominance on her rise to the top, dispatching performers like Liv Morgan and Carmella without much trouble.
I haven't been there for Nia's early days. I can tell you, she was milliseconds away from beating the likes of Bayley and Asuka for the NXT Women's Championship. Nia had takeover battles well in hand with both women, but lost due to rookie miscues. Now that she's got more experience, she's earning main event matches and winning titles.
During the rivalry between the Hardy Boys and Cesaro and Sheamus over the Raw Tag Team Championship, the teams became very familiar with one another. In June of 2017, the teams met in the
cover. Carmella pops the shoulder up.
That's either sheer genius or complete stupidity, Cole.
Oh, what an uppercut. Gals, Carmella may be in a bad way here.
Her and her partner making a great tag team. We'll see what they're made of here.
She's putting up quite a fight here, Cole, but despite that, now is probably a good time to look for the tag.
The 2 out of 3 Falls match that saw the Hardy Boys go at it with Cesaro and Sheamus was a throwback of sorts. Throughout the 1960s and 70s, championship title defenses and grudge matches were often decided in the 2 out of 3 Falls format. Cesaro and Sheamus didn't waste any time and scored the decisive first fall after a brogue kick rocked Jeff Hardy.
Cesaro and Sheamus wanted to continue their domination of Team Extreme, but the Hardys had other ideas as Matt tied things up at 1 fall apiece after a twist of fate on the Swiss Cyborg. After a swanton bomb by Jeff Hardy, the match broke down and the 3rd fall was ruled a double countout.
I finally found out why Sasha Banks wears those ridiculous glasses. When you spend that much time searching for a spotlight, it's hazardous to your eyesight.
You can feel however you like about Sasha's glasses, Corey, but when she hands them off to an excited kid in the audience, it means the world to that fan.
Yeah, Sasha Banks has no problem paying homage to the Hitman. And hey, maybe it'll inspire the recipient to become a WWE superstar one day.
What's your excuse for always sitting in the front row begging and waving?
And it's homage, not homage.
I think she's trying to prove a point here.
They call Nia Jax the irresistible force, and she's proven that moniker true as she's overpowered the competition in NXT and WWE.
You ain't kidding, Cole. In both NXT and WWE, she'd tear through up-and-coming competitors in just a minute or two. She also turned in some dominating performances against the likes of Bayley, Sasha Banks, Alicia Fox, and Mickie James.
Looks like she wants to beat her inside the ring.
The 2 of you were discussing Nia Jax being irresistible, and I have to agree. You know, I recently invited Nia to my mother's house and offered to make her some apple pie. And technically, she didn't say no.
That's not what they mean by irresistible, Saxton. As the irresistible force of WWE, that means she plows through competition. Actions speak louder than words.
And now it's Sasha Banks. Oh, what height.
This is all but over.
Jeez, I don't like Naomi's chances in this one.
Here we go with Nia Jax at a leg drop. Thunderous leg drop.
She got all of it there. Beautiful technique.
Boom, what impact.
Ooh! And that's the tag to Sasha Banks.
Oh, nasty impact. Hooked up.
Oh, what a slam. Boom! She goes for the cover. And the shoulders come up.
It's going to take more than that.
And Naomi showing us how to have a good time.
She's a lady that can turn it on quickly, no doubt about it.
That'll hurt. DDT. Several different ways this can end.
And all of them involve pain. If you talk to Sasha Banks, she'll tell you life, in her opinion, is all about time.
Great power.
Harsh, quick cover by Sasha Banks. No early kick out.
Too soon.
15 years ago, Byron, Sasha Banks may not have been main eventing pay-per-views, but today Sasha leads a new era. An era of change, an era of women's wrestling, an era of the boss.
Well, dummies, 15 years ago, Sasha Banks was probably in high school. But I'll agree, Sasha Banks is the right woman at the right time in WWE. But she needs to be careful about designating herself as a leader, because there are a lot of women in the back who feel just as responsible for these changes. Look at this.
And there's the reversal from Sasha Banks. Bringing it back into the ring.
Ooh, what impact. Oh, the backstabber.
Sasha with a bank statement. The bank statement.
Game, set, match. This one is over.
3. And we have our winners.
Here are your winners, Naomi and the Princess of Staten Island, Carmella.
And Naomi helps lead the team to victory.
What we just saw there was a doctorate class in tag team competition. They just took the game to a whole other level.